What's up, everyone? This is Mike from GameZone.com, and we are checking out Skyforge, the MMO from Allods and Obsidian, an action-based MMO with a lot of clicking, a lot of dodging, and generally fast-paced combat, which is pretty awesome. The one thing I guess I can compare Skyforge to, or at least the easiest thing I could compare it to, is probably Phantasy Star Online. And the main reasoning behind that, I think, is because Phantasy Star Online is built around taking on various quests and missions and tasks and doing those in instanced areas that you go either solo or with a team. And this is generally the same concept, although this area specifically actually is very much unlike that, because it is one of the open questing areas in the game, which means there's other people like that guy running around and completing quests along with me. And the way these open areas actually work is it's kind of awesome. Let me kill these guys first. I'm actually a little bit overpowered for this area, which is most likely why I'm generally one-shotting things. But so the way it works is you get dropped down into this. So this is the whole map. This the whole map of this area. So you get dropped down, and you have all these different goals that you can do as you run through the area. And as you complete them, you can just press a button and you're done. You don't have to actually go back to any quest giver or anything like that. So that's kind of neat. You're never really going back. You're always going forward. So this is actually one of the quests here. And what that's going to do is summon these golems here. But again, I'm pretty high level at this point, or high, what do they call it? It's not level, something else. Prestige. So that's not to say I'm level 1098. This actually goes up fairly quickly and at higher amounts. But basically each map has a sort of prestige cap, or not cap, but a recommendation. That's one of the boss monsters here. Let's take him down. And that's how you can judge whether the place is going to be easier for you or hard for you, or actually one of my secondary quests is to dodge 50 times. Currently have 24 out of 50. Only problem is you can only dodge whenever you have the icon for it charged. So you can basically dodge 3 times in a row, and then you have to wait for it to charge. And you can see it in that right next to my mana bar. There's that ×1 with the person dashing, and it's going to turn into a ×2 now. That's how many times I can dodge out of the way. So anyway, it's actually, since I've pretty much completed this area. Oh yeah, so I'm actually playing as a Cryomancer. It's sort of the Elsa class of Skyforge. A lot of ice attacks. I have one that makes a clone out of my character. Am I being attacked? No. Then I have the regular Frost Shot, Cryonic Pulse. Then this is the one where I can charge it up and throw an Icy Missile. Glacial Fangs, that's an AoE that's close to you. Icy Beam, that's actually I don't think I've used Icy Beam. Did I just use it? Anyways, this is the first one. This is the ice clone. So basically it will draw attention to it, and I believe it also does damage, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Creates a nice statue with HP equal to 35% to your health. All targets within effective intense cooling. Oh, it reduces their movement speed, okay. Oh, and if I use it again, it actually explodes the current one, dealing damage. So, it's pretty good. Let's see if I can pick up some rings that aren't really worth it, so let's disassemble them. So the cool thing about this game, and something that speaks to me personally as someone who is extremely indecisive almost all the time about what class to play, is that you can actually freely switch your class with the press of a button. You can't really do it in battle, and I'll show you why. So actually, let's go to Lightbinder. Actually, I haven't played Lightbinder at all. So if you can see, it actually takes a bit of time to switch, which means if I was in the middle of battle, I would be attacked, and I would be able to make that switch. So the Lightbinder, let's see, the Lightbinder is a support class. I currently don't really have much unlocked for it, which is why my hockey bar is pretty empty. Let's see what we got. We have Sparks of Anger, just straight up damage, and a shield. So this is kind of cool. So either does enemy damage, or it increases the damage of the next attack of an ally. So it's both a support skill for parties or a damage skill if you're soloing. So like right now, it's just gonna do, oh my god, it's such little damage. I really need to level this class up a little bit. That was cool. Actually, didn't do that bad damage. Not as bad as I thought. So, as you play the game, you get these various colored sparks, and those unlock different skills in each skill tree. So this, for example, is the Lightbinder skill tree. As you can see later on, it gets a little more involved. However, that's actually not the real skill tree of the game. I mean, it is towards the class, but here is where things get a little more intense. So let's see, this is Cryomancer, Paladin, and Lightbinder. So Lightbinder was right there. Actually, if you click into that, it takes us into the Lightbinder tree, like I said, but if we go back to Atlas, it zooms us out. Now, what's cool about this is that this is a whole other individual tree for the Lightbinder specifically. But what's cool then is it can eventually expand into other beneficial trees, not to mention completely new classes. So like right here, Kinetic. Right here we have the Slayer. That's actually a really cool class. The Archer, which now, granted, it will probably take you some time to actually unlock a new class, because I actually haven't even delved into getting any points in the actual Ascension Atlas, like right here. Did I actually buy something? No, I don't think I did. Yeah, see, so this costs 125 of the Sparks of Creation. I only have 100. Now I actually do have enough, because the Sparks of Evolution right here, they can actually substitute any one of these colors down here. So for this one, for example, if I need 125, I can double click it. It'll use my 100, and then it'll take away 25 from the Sparks of Evolution. But I'm actually not going to do that, at least not yet, because I'm actually still kind of overwhelmed by the skill tree, and I don't want to just blindly buy stuff, because there's actually a cap on the amount of currency you can earn in this game, which is kind of interesting. That's not it, actually. Where is that? Oh, currency. Here we go. So there's limits. So as you can see, Sparks of Insight, I have a lot more to go, which is fine. And actually, I think if you don't spend them now, they carry over to the next reset. Every Wednesday. So for a week right now, I have the ability to gain 14, which seems like a lot actually. 14,000 different sparks. And then it says here, so when I'm done accruing those, it actually gives me these new, or not new, but different types of supplies and rewards. The cap is strange though. You don't really think, or you don't often associate caps with free-to-play games when they should actively be encouraging you to play more instead of play less. And I don't think there's actually a way to remove these caps, or at least not to my knowledge. So anyway, okay, so here's another panel where you can check out your gear. And actually, so another kind of unique thing about Skyforge, at least as far as MMOs go, is that there really isn't any equipment for your characters. The only equipment you have is your main weapon, your additional weapon. I'm not really sure what that is. I'm guessing that's the thing that's holding these two things together. I don't know, but either way, it does more damage. But then you have trophies, which I haven't unlocked yet, and then amulets, which I haven't unlocked, and then rings. These are basically your main sorts of pieces of armor, I should say. And these will give various attributes like strength, spirit, valor, luck, etc. And then another kind of weird and semi-cool system here is that this actually, so there's boosts for each of these slots. So for the main weapon, additional weapon, and your ornaments. And so I'm guessing for this as well when that becomes available. But what you do is you upgrade the rank with this currency. I'm actually not oh, here it is. Particles of Mastery. So I only have 48 right now because I've already upgraded a bunch, but I had a bunch before. So to upgrade the maximum rank, of which is 3 right now, I'd have to spend 2,100 Particles of Mastery. However, just upgrading the max rank doesn't actually give me the rank. I then have to spend these enhancement stones to get progress through the rank in order to get it to that max rank. So it's like a twofold system. It's actually it's a little confusing, but it's actually kind of cool because you can actually see the immediate bonuses you're getting to both might and prestige. So actually, this is another way you raise your prestige by upgrading this rank. But also, I'm guessing... Okay, yeah, so that plus 30, plus 30, plus 32, that's all prestige. So obviously the better equipment you find, the higher the prestige it will be. So basically your prestige is kind of your base way of knowing if something's either good or if an area is difficult. The only tough part about that is honestly just getting used to this really high number instead of just a level. But anyway, that's enough of that menu. Wow, I'm still alive. Let's see. So the Berserker, actually I haven't really played much of the other classes outside of the Gunner and the Cryomancer. The Gunner is actually not available in the base game if you're playing for free. It's one of those classes that get unlocked if you're buying one of the Founders Packs. And actually the Berserker, this class is also locked away behind, I think, the more expensive Founders Pack. I'll show you what the combat looks like. There's a guy running around in underwear. That's not good armor. But yeah, like I said, the armor or the what you wear doesn't matter. It's all aesthetic. So let's see, the Berserker uses this kind of giant blade, very Monster Hunter-esque. So the other cool thing about the combat is that it's kind of combo based. I mean, not every class, but at least every class has at least a finisher. So let's see if I can find. Here we go. It actually might be too easy. Well, let's see. This guy right here. So if I fight him and get him to a reasonable health level, I could press E to do a finisher, which will always just completely finish the enemy off, despite how much health they have left. Sometimes it requires their health to be around 25%. Sometimes it's even around 50%, and it'll just kill them outright, which is pretty nice. So see right there, I could already use it. Boom. Oh yeah, spin move. All right, so that's the Berserker. The Paladin is obviously the tanky class with heavier armor, well, at least look-wise. And the Gunner is actually pretty cool. Let me switch to that since I'm actually kind of familiar with the Gunner. So the Gunner's way of attacking is kind of awesome. So it has two sets of attacks. So right now I'm just attacking with my regular like burst fire gun, and as I'm attacking with that, it's gaining that mana cost at the bottom. Right now I have 150 out of 300, and it goes down obviously the less you use it. But when that gets full, I'm actually gonna have to switch my weapon fire mode because the gun will stop firing really fast. It'll start firing really slow. But the trade-off for that is I switch the mode, and then it does slower burst shots, but they're much more powerful. So let's see if I can activate that. Okay, so almost. Yeah, see, so right now it's already prompting me to press Q. So that's going to switch the gun, and it's going to be these bigger, more devastating shots. But now it's using up my purple bar. So it's basically a back and forth between the burst fire mode, which builds up that bar, and then the more powerful single fire mode, which actually uses it up. Yeah, see, so right now it's out, so I can't use it, so I gotta switch back to the burst fire. And that's not even using the skills. Flamethrower, which is kind of awesome. What's this? Oh, that's just to switch. Whoops, switch firing modes. What does 4 do again? Oh yes, okay. So 4 is like I throw a teleportation device on the floor, and when I press it again, I teleport to that area. So that's kind of cool. But let's actually look at the world map. So this is where you'll be taking up various missions. So the place I was right now, so like I said, that was the open questing area. So that's this. There's also another open questing area that you get access to very early called Dankit Island. It's much smaller, more intimate, but it kind of introduces you to that whole open map structure. And then the squads, that's the hang on. That's the more Phantasy Star Online gameplay, where you have to either go alone, you can do it solo, or you can party up with groups, but it's not open as in we won't just see random people running around and completing that objective as well. Let's actually go to the capital first before we go anywhere else. Alright. So as is understandable, the more people you have, the lower your frame rate's going to be, so mine's dipping just a little bit. So this is basically the player hub, or at least one of them. There's multiple. This is where you'll be picking up various quests from this lady over here. And she'll send you through all these different terminals and stuff. But that right there is the map where I was selecting the level before. So actually, let's go back into that interface. Actually, you know what? Let's go real quick to the training area, because the one cool thing about Skyforge, and especially considering it looks like it takes a really, really long time to get any other class, is that you can actually partake in training for any of the classes that are available in the game, which means you can take them for a sort of test run through these multiple challenge rooms and get a feel of what they control like and how they feel like. So that's actually kind of really cool. So that's one of the ways I was able to play as the Slayer. I think it's the Slayer. It's like the ninja class. Alright, so right here is the room with all the classes laid out. So right now it looks like there is 4, 8, 13 classes. So far my favorite has been definitely the Slayer. Definitely the Slayer. It's a really fast like ninja class with these. Oh, and it's combo based, that's right. So as you can see up top, it's telling me to do a combo just by pressing 3 times, or the attack button 3 times. And let's see, throwing star, boom. And you can also charge that up. Throw a bigger one. And so what's cool about this is that you're basically going through all the different, so like right here it's telling me one of the combos is main attack and then secondary attack, and that does this big AoE attack. So it's kind of cool because like none of the other classes that I played as have something like this, or at least not in this like combo based way. So that's actually kind of cool. I mean, granted I didn't play every single other class, but from the ones I did play, all of them are generally pretty unique. So in this one it wants me to do the regular attack, and secondary. So if I just do regular attack and secondary attack, it does this AoE spin, but then if I do 2 times regular attack, it does this more focused hit on one enemy. It's actually pretty awesome. I really, really like this class, although I feel like it's going to take forever to unlock. Oh yeah, this is a sweet move. So just press 1, boom! Wow, so friggin' powerful. Anyway, I'm gonna exit out of this because I've already completed this training. The other cool thing about completing all the training exercises is that once you actually finish, you unlock that costume, which is pretty awesome. You can just test your abilities right here with the class we have equipped. Oh no! So that's really kind of Skyforge in a nutshell. It's definitely very Phantasy Star like, I'd say, with the whole overworld hub design, how you can see every character here, you know, do all your side activities here, and then choosing the various missions on the world map, and then kind of doing those by yourself or with a group, with the exception of the open areas that I was going through before. But if you've been itching for that Phantasy Star kind of gameplay, then I think Skyforge actually does it very well. The classes do seem very diverse. As far as pay to win, I don't believe it exists here. I actually have access to the cash shop, so I can kind of show you what you can buy. Well, actually, okay. So the one thing here that you can buy, and I think that's going to be beneficial maybe later on, because wow, I have very little money compared to this, but you can buy enhancement stones, which are the stones that I showed you use to level up your prestige. So essentially, yes, you can buy levels, so to speak, but I don't know if those really make that big of a difference. Don't know what holy texts are. Clean adventures receive holy text. Used to build temples in the provinces. Okay, I don't know. Don't know what that means. Consumables. You got costume. Though costumes, it doesn't use the argents that are down here. It actually uses a different currency, which I'm not sure what it is. It is celestial threads. But like I said, well, actually, so this armor you can buy, or actually you can earn by just doing the training from each individual class. So I don't really think this is necessary to buy per se, unless you really want all the colors. But there are some special costumes, like I think this emo costume, this rave party costume, skate costume. I guess this is kind of a skater. I don't know. Rare items. Let's see. Oh, okay. So more ways to make your character look unique. Oh, so you can actually buy these various resources, like the celestial threads. Interesting. Okay. Seems kind of expensive though. I don't know. So the Pantheon, none of that is here yet, because I think that might be, well, the Pantheons are the guilds, I believe, in the game, so that might be available once you're actually in one, which I am not. So that's basically the in-game market. So as you can see, there's not really a whole lot of pay-to-win stuff, with the exception of maybe the enhancement stones, which, I mean, I personally don't consider that much to be pay-to-win. But, you know, people will have differing opinions based on how they play this game. I, for example, don't really plan on playing a whole lot of PvP, so that really won't be much of a concern for me. So yeah, actually, PvP, right before I end this video, PvP is also found on the map. I actually haven't really done PvP, so I'm not sure how it works. So what better way to test it out than while recording footage, where anything can go wrong. So right here, battle, and it also has ×3 reward for the Sparks of Creation. So that's nice. So let's try to find a group and see what this whole PvP stuff is all about. Oh man, this is it. Oh goody, warm up, and I'm looking at a map. Okay. Oh, everyone fights for themselves. Oh god. I hate PvP enough as it is, but there are no teams? Oh man. Oh yikes. This isn't gonna end well. Oh, I'm not the Cryomancer. I'm guessing the Lightbinder and the Paladin are probably very... Oh, it's a Cryomancer. Oh, he has a heal? Interesting. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Did I get that kill? No, I did not. That sucks. Can I actually heal here? No. Oh, I can. Oh god, he slowed me down so much. So this is very interesting. Oh man, I don't really know if I love this, but then again, I'm not really a PvP guy, so don't fault me for sucking. Oh jeez, alright guy. Stop playing this game of cat and mouse. We're going down! Going down! Yeah! I killed someone! Ba-boom! So I actually don't know if there is a team structured sort of match in this, because it didn't really give me an option to pick. It just sort of said, here, go into this map and try to survive against everyone. Oh man, Cryomancers everywhere. Not a big fan of the stealing kills, but I guess that's to be expected. Since everyone's against each other. Come on! Alright, okay, so... Oh, man. So what I'm seeing is that you really have to use the finishing moves here to secure your kill, because... otherwise, I think it's way too easy for other players to steal it. Oh, man. This is tough. Just when I thought I was ending this video, dragged into a PvP match that I absolutely suck at. Oh god, I walked into that. Switch your weapon. Oh man, okay, yeah. So that's really the key. You wait till someone has low health and you spam the E key. Oh, okay, actually that didn't really work because you can't apparently finish off people one after another. Oh my god. Heal! Oh, I don't think he was expecting that. Oh no! Oh man, this is something. I don't even know how many points do I have. Where would I even see that? So yeah, this is PvP in Skyforge. Everyone against each other sort of battle mode, where I'm doing a lot worse than I probably should be. No, I'm doing about right. I suck at PvP. This was completely expected. Oh my god. Switch your gun, girl. How do you switch it? Oh my god. Well, I'm dead. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this first look at Skyforge. Like I said, open beta, you can download it now. Founders packs come with extra classes. Not necessary. You can unlock those just by playing the game. But yeah, check it out. Thanks for watching.